What if the most dangerous part of high blood pressure is that you feel fine? You wake up. You sip your morning coffee. You read the paper. No chest pain. No dizziness. You think, I'm okay. That's exactly what high blood pressure wants you to believe. It's called the silent killer for a reason. It hides. It builds slowly. And when it finally shows itself, it's often through a heart attack or stroke. If you're over 60, your heart has already been working for more than 2 billion beats. That's a lifetime of effort. But what if I told you, the next beat could be the one that breaks, unless you avoid these 10 critical mistakes? Hi, I'm Harold. I'm 76, and I survived a silent heart event at 71. Back then, I thought I was careful. I took my meds. I walked a little. I avoided fried foods. But I still missed 5 out of the 10 mistakes we're about to uncover in this video. Before we dive in, pause for a second. When was the last time you checked your blood pressure at home? Leave a comment below, even if it's, I don't remember. Because this video isn't about judgment, it's about clarity, second chances, and small changes that save lives. So stay with me, because mistake number 1 is the one most seniors don't even know they're making, and it nearly cost me everything. Let me start with the one that almost killed me. Mistake number 1, skipping your blood pressure medication, or taking it the wrong way. Now, I know what you're thinking, I take my meds, most days. But here's the truth, most days isn't enough. Blood pressure meds don't work like painkillers. You don't feel better instantly. In fact, you might not feel anything at all. That's why it's so easy to forget. So easy to assume, maybe I don't need it anymore. That's exactly what I did. 1 week, I was feeling great. BP readings looked okay. So I skipped a dose. Then another. Then I have the pills to stretch them out. Within 2 weeks, I collapsed in my kitchen. No warning. Just lights out. Doctors said the sudden spikes and drops in my pressure, caused by inconsistent medication, pushed my heart into overdrive. I was lucky. You might not get that second chance. So let me ask you, do you take your meds at the exact same time every day? Do you track it? Or do you just remember? Comment below if you've ever forgotten, skipped, or adjusted your dose without checking first. Be honest. You're not alone, and this community is here to support. In the next part, I'll show you the number 1 mistake seniors make at the dinner table, and it has nothing to do with the salt shaker. Let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I thought I had my diet under control. No fast food. No salt shaker on the table. I even started using heart-healthy crackers and soups from the supermarket. But my blood pressure was still rising. One day, my doctor asked, "Do you ever eat canned soup?" I said, "Yes. Every other day." He sighed. "That's where your salt is hiding." I was shocked. A single bowl had over half of my daily sodium, and I had no idea. Mistake number 2, trusting food labels without checking the sodium. See, it's not about obvious salt anymore. It's about hidden sodium in healthy-looking foods, breads, salad dressings, sauces, frozen meals, even cereals. Salt doesn't always taste salty. And that's what makes it dangerous. Especially after 60, when our kidneys slow down and our blood vessels become more sensitive to pressure. I switched to low-sodium versions, rinsed canned foods, and started cooking more at home. Within 2 weeks, my numbers dropped. Let me ask you, have you read the sodium content on your favorite healthy snacks lately? Comment below the one food you were shocked to discover was high in sodium. Let's compare. And coming up next, we'll talk about the number 1 reason seniors feel fine, but are still in danger. It's one of the biggest traps of aging, and almost nobody talks about it. Let me tell you the most dangerous sentence I've ever believed. I feel fine. That one thought almost cost me my life. I was 69. My blood pressure at the clinic was slightly high, but nothing alarming. The doctor said, "Just monitor it at home." I nodded. Smiled. Then went back to my daily routine. But I never bought the monitor. Why? Because I felt fine. I had no dizziness, no headaches, no chest pain. I was still walking, gardening, doing everything like usual. I assumed if there was a problem, I'd feel it. That was my biggest mistake. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. It doesn't shout. It whispers. Until it doesn't. 3 years later, I collapsed in the kitchen. My blood pressure had spiked to 180 out of 120. I had no idea. No warnings. Just silence. Then blackout. Mistake number 3, trusting how you feel instead of what your numbers say. You see, the body can adjust to elevated blood pressure without showing symptoms. That normal feeling. It's your body coping, until it can't anymore. I now check my blood pressure every morning. Not because I'm scared, because I'm smart. Want to know the twist? The week before my incident, I was bragging to a friend, "I don't need all those machines. I feel better than ever." Those words still haunt me. Tell me in the comments, have you ever skipped a health check because you felt fine? In the next segment, we're diving into the number 1 emotion silently raising your blood pressure every single day. It's not salt. It's not coffee. It's something you carry inside, and it's time to face it. Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you truly felt calm? Not distracted. Not fine. But calm. Peaceful. At ease? For many seniors, the answer is, I don't remember. We don't talk about it enough. But the truth is, chronic stress is one of the most dangerous and overlooked causes of high blood pressure. Not salt. Not age. Not even genetics. Stress. I learned that lesson the hard way. After my heart scare, I started tracking everything, my meals, my steps, my blood pressure. But the numbers kept jumping. Morning. Night. Even on days I ate well. I couldn't figure it out, until one afternoon, my granddaughter caught me yelling at the microwave. It wasn't the microwave. It was the years of bottled-up worry, finances, aging, loneliness, regrets I never said out loud. Mistake number 4, thinking stress is just part of life and letting it build quietly. Your body is always listening. And stress speaks its own language. Tight shoulders, poor sleep, chest pressure, forgetfulness, impatience, tears that come for no reason. And here's the twist, you can't fix your blood pressure if you're still carrying the weight of unspoken fears. Not all stress is dramatic. Sometimes, it's silence that hurts most. Here's what helped me. Every night, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for, and 1 thing I need to release. Anger. Guilt. Worry. Then I breathe. Deep. Slow. Healing breaths. In the next segment, we'll explore the 1 habit seniors avoid, but it's the key to turning everything around. It's not exercise. Not food. But something you need to face, if you want to protect your future. Comment, "I'm letting go," if you've ever felt that silent pressure building inside. Let me ask you something brave. When was the last time you asked for help? Not because you were desperate. But because you simply needed support. If you're like I was, you probably can't remember. I come from a generation that believes strength means doing it alone. Fixing things without complaint. Enduring pain without asking questions. But after my heart scare, that belief almost cost me everything. You see, I didn't tell my doctor about the dizziness. I didn't tell my daughter I was skipping meds to save money. I didn't even tell my neighbor that I felt weak climbing the stairs. Because I thought, I don't want to be a burden. Mistake number 5, suffering in silence, believing that asking for help is weakness. But here's the twist, not asking for help wasn't noble. It was dangerous. My blood pressure spiked not because I was lazy, but because I was proud. And pride, when mixed with fear, becomes the perfect storm for disaster. One night, I finally broke. I told my daughter everything. And do you know what she said? "Dad, helping you isn't a burden. Not helping you would be." That moment rewired my brain. Now, I talk to my doctor openly. I ask the pharmacist for advice. I call my neighbor if I need a ride. And I sleep better, because I no longer carry the weight of pretending. Comment below, I will ask for help if this touched something in you. In the next segment, we'll reveal the most dangerous lie about blood pressure seniors still believe, and why it's silently stealing years of life. You won't want to miss it. There's a lie we've all told ourselves at some point. I told to myself for years. If I don't feel anything, I must be fine. That single sentence nearly cost me my life. No chest pain. No dizziness. No shortness of breath. I was walking, eating, laughing, living. So how could anything be wrong? That's what makes high blood pressure so deadly, it's silent. No alarms. No warnings. Just slow, steady damage until, boom. One day, you wake up in the ER, if you're lucky. Let me paint you a picture. I was 72. I felt great. Skipped a checkup because I had no symptoms. That weekend, I went to my grandson's soccer game. Cheered. Laughed. Came home feeling amazing. 2 days later, while brushing my teeth, I collapsed. Heart attack. Out of nowhere. No signs. No drama. Just lights out. Doctors said my blood pressure had been in the danger zone for years. Years. But I never checked. Why? Because I believed the lie. Mistake number 6, confusing the absence of symptoms with the presence of health. Think of it like this, termites don't knock on your door. They eat your house in silence, until one day the floor caves in. That's what hypertension does. You think you're strong, until your heart says otherwise. So here's what I ask. Check your numbers. Regularly. Don't wait for symptoms, they might never come. Take action even when you feel fine. Especially when you feel fine. Comment, "No more lies," below if you've ever told yourself this same thing. And stay tuned, because in the next segment, we'll break down the most dangerous foods seniors eat every week, thinking they're healthy. You'll be shocked at what's on that list. I thought I was doing everything right. Whole grain bread for breakfast. A slice of turkey sandwich for lunch. A bowl of vegetable soup for dinner. No chips. No soda. No fast food. So why was my blood pressure still climbing? Because the danger wasn't in what I avoided, it was in what I trusted. Let me take you back to a moment that changed everything. I was at my doctor's office, proud of my healthy diet. But when she reviewed my food journal, her face changed. "Do you realize," she said, "that your daily sodium intake is over 3,500 milligrams?" I was stunned. She explained that many foods I considered healthy were actually loaded with hidden sodium. Whole grain bread, up to 200 milligrams per slice. Deli turkey, over 1,000 milligrams in a single sandwich. Canned vegetable soup, more than 800 milligrams per serving. I was unknowingly consuming more than double the recommended sodium limit. This was my mistake. Mistake number 7, trusting healthy labels without checking the sodium content. I learned that even foods marketed as low-fat or heart-healthy can be sodium traps. So, what can we do? Read nutrition labels carefully. Look beyond the marketing and check the actual sodium content. Choose fresh or frozen vegetables without added sauces or seasonings. Opt for low-sodium or no-salt added versions of canned goods. Prepare meals at home using fresh ingredients to control sodium intake. Have you ever been surprised by the sodium content in a healthy food? Share your experience in the comments below. In the next segment, we'll uncover the daily habits that silently sabotage your blood pressure, and how to break free from them. You wake up. Skip breakfast. Grab coffee. Sit down for the news. Maybe a little toast with jam. A short walk if the weather is nice. Sounds familiar? That was me. Every single day. And here's the twist, this routine nearly cost me my life. Let me explain. I wasn't eating junk food. I wasn't smoking. I didn't feel bad. So I assumed my habits were harmless. But they weren't. Every morning, I skipped breakfast or ate something sugary. That sent my blood sugar into a roller coaster. Then I'd sit for hours, reading, watching TV, answering emails, barely moving. By noon, my heart had already been under pressure for 6 hours. What I didn't realize was that these normal habits were pushing my blood pressure higher without me feeling a thing. Here's what I've learned the hard way. Mistake number 8, repeating small, safe routines that actually harm your heart over time. Skipping meals increases cortisol, your stress hormone. Sitting long hours reduces circulation and stiffens arteries. Starting the day with caffeine and sugar dehydrates you and spikes pressure. And I wasn't doing this once in a while. I was doing it daily. Until one day, dizzy, pale, and confused, I fell trying to stand up. My doctor later said, "You weren't having a stroke yet. But you were close." That moment changed everything. Now I start the day differently. Water first. Movement within 30 minutes of waking. A heart-healthy breakfast, low sodium, high fiber. Breaks every hour to stretch or walk. Drop a comment, what's one morning habit you do every day? Is it helping or hurting your heart? In the next segment, we'll talk about one thing even doctors often forget to tell you, how your medications and supplements might be silently clashing. Don't miss it. Here's a story you don't hear every day. A 68-year-old man. Let's call him Robert. Great guy. Walks every day. Eats well. Takes his blood pressure meds on time. Never misses a checkup. But one day, he collapsed in the grocery store. The doctors ran every test. His heart was strong. No stroke. No warning signs. And then they asked, "Are you taking anything else?" He paused. "Well, I take fish oil. Magnesium. Sometimes ginseng. And a memory booster my grandson gave me." That was it. The supplements were silently fighting the medication. You see, mistake number 9 is a dangerous one. Mixing supplements and prescriptions without your doctor's knowledge. Most people think natural equals safe. But that's not always true. Ginseng, for example, can raise blood pressure and interfere with beta blockers. Fish oil can thin your blood, and when combined with certain meds, increase the risk of internal bleeding. Magnesium affects how your kidneys process some heart medications. And yet, many seniors take 3, 4, even 10 different pills, without realizing they're clashing inside their bodies. That's what happened to Robert. His healthy stack of vitamins was weakening the effect of his blood pressure meds. His heart was overworking, quietly, until it almost failed. Here's what you can do. List every supplement, herb, or over-the-counter pill you take. Bring that list to every doctor appointment. Ask, is this safe with my prescription? Watch for warning signs, fatigue, dizziness, muscle cramps, blurred vision. Comment below, have you ever taken a supplement without asking your doctor first? You're not alone. Let's talk about it. In the final segment, I'll reveal the #1 mindset mistake that causes seniors to ignore these warnings, and how changing it saved my life. Stay with me. This last part is the most important. This is the lie that nearly killed me. Not the salt. Not the missed medication. Not even the stress. It was the quiet thought I told myself every single day after 70. I'm too old to change. I used it to excuse everything. Skipped exercise. Too old. Didn't measure my blood pressure. It's too late. Didn't ask questions at the clinic. I don't want to bother anyone. But here's what I didn't realize. That thought was the most dangerous thing in my life. Because it wasn't just keeping me from getting better, it was killing me slowly. And I didn't even notice. Until one day, my granddaughter looked me in the eyes and asked, "Grandpa, are you going to be around when I graduate?" I couldn't answer her. Because deep down, I knew. If I didn't stop believing that lie, I might not make it another year. That was the moment I decided, I may be old, but I'm not done. And neither are you. Let me say this loud and clear. You are not too old to change. You are not too late to care. You are not too broken to begin again. Your heart is still beating. That means your story isn't over. You can start tracking your blood pressure. You can cut back on salt. You can walk every day. You can ask your doctor for help. You can build a new routine, even at 75 or 85. If you've ever believed that lie, drop a comment, "I'm not done yet." Let's prove age doesn't define ability. And don't forget to grab your free checklist in the description. Print it. Use it. Share it. Subscribe to Senior Health Stories if this video moved you, because every week, we remind you, you still have power. You still have time. And you still matter. Before you go, I want you to remember this. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start, one smart habit at a time. Comment below, what's the one mistake from this video that surprised you most? Or the first habit you'll start tomorrow? We've prepared a free senior heart health checklist just for you. It includes daily blood pressure tracker, low-sodium food swaps, heart-friendly morning routine, breathing exercises to lower stress. Click the link in the description and download it now. It's free. It's printable. And it could change your life. If this video helped you, please like it, share it with someone you love, and subscribe to Senior Health Stories. Because the best way to fight heart disease, it is to learn and take action together. We're here for you every step of the way. Stronger. Smarter. Longer.